Hi, I'm jumping straight into the action with my daily ritual of cooking Spanish food. It really helps me decompress after a long day to cook some Spanish food. So let's jump into it. First, I think I should educate you on some native terms. This is called paella. It's a traditional Spaniard dish. It usually uses seafood, meat, as well as other things in a traditional rice dish. It's my favorite Spanish food to eat after a long day of working hard in class. It really helps me decompress in class. But now let's get into some other native language and what's really in the paella. Alright everyone, welcome to some of the native language in the paella. We're gonna go through the different ingredients involved. Remember, it's always important to keep stirring your paella while cooking it. So, as you can probably see, we have sausage, a little bit of chicken, as well as some chopped vegetables. I really like to use onions and peppers, but any vegetable can be used. Really, the beauty of paella is that it's a poor man's dish and anything can be put into it. But we still have to add some other things. Remember, every paella needs to include a broth as well as some seafood elements. And also, you can't forget the rice. Finally, one of the last ingredients, but also the most important, is the fresh paprika that's used in every single paella. Now, it could make your paella a little pricey, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Alright, so now as you can clearly see, I've added the rice. Remember, it's important to, once you've made it a little bit of headway with your different ingredients, it's important to add the rice. So, stir the rice around and try and get an even blend. You want to get all of the rice a little wet. You can do this by keep stirring. Just keep stirring it around the pot, and you want to get all of your ingredients just all mixed together. The next step is to add the broth. Try to add it evenly around to all components of the pan. Also remember to stir it in. When you're making paella, you always want to keep stirring. Just keep stirring. I can't wait for you to see the final product. You always also want to use seafood stock when you're cooking paella, since the majority of what we're using is seafood. The next step after we've added our rice is to add seafood broth if we're making a seafood paella. If we're making a meat paella, it's important to use chicken broth. Remember to use 2 cups of broth for every 1 cup of rice. You always want to make sure that it's a little bit soupy, so you want to use a little more than you would think. So yeah, remember, 2 cups of broth for every 1 cup of rice. Seafood broth for, of course, seafood, and chicken broth for all other meat dishes. Finally, once we're done stirring this around a little bit, we have to cover the paella in tin foil, which I'll do right now. This will really help make the paella pop by really conserving the energy and helping everything be absorbed properly. Alright, let's check back in a couple minutes and see how it looks. Alright guys, so I'm back after 20 minutes, so let's check on this paella. Let's lift this tin foil, and ooh, it's looking so nice and so good. Now it's also important to note that there are some different strategies in terms of using the paella. Some people like to not cook with the tin foil. I prefer to do it, and it's kind of split 50-50. I like to really cook in the paella, so that way the outer rice on the outer rims becomes all crusty and good. I really like it that way. And just to really reinforce, there's a bunch of different ways and a bunch of different strategies you can use. You can cook it on a grill, on a stove, anything that really uses heat. You can use all types of different ingredients if you want, but really stick to the basics and just have fun with it. So next up is we're gonna add in our seafood. So now we're gonna add in our clam. Now it's important that we want to spread that around. And now we want to also put in our other seafood. So that's our shrimp, our mussels, our oysters, and other things. So now we want to put that on down, and now we just want to mix this all in. So check back in about 5 minutes, and check back in about 20 minutes, and I'll show you the final product. Alright guys, so this is the final product. As you can see, I'm going to give it a little bit of a taste test. Came out fantastic. I'm really glad I could share my daily ritual that really helps me decompress after a long day and really helps me calm down. If you have any questions, email me through my courses and I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks everyone, have a good night, and good luck on your own ritual.